The desert sun beat down on Judea, casting long shadows across the ancient landscape. It was a time of profound change, a pivotal moment in history when the Roman Empire held sway. Whispers of a new prophet echoed through the bustling marketplaces. A young carpenter named Jesus of Nazareth emerged, captivating hearts and minds with his teachings. His message promised a path to salvation and a glimpse of a heavenly kingdom. Jesus' wisdom drew followers from all walks of life: fishermen, tax collectors, and the marginalized. Among them, Mary Magdalene stood out, her devotion unwavering. As Jesus traveled, preaching and performing miracles, Mary Magdalene became an integral part of his inner circle. Traditional norms dictated roles, and her close relationship with Jesus raised eyebrows. She became a symbol of the transformative power of Jesus' teachings. As the sun set on Judea, the stage was set for a story of faith, love, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Mary Magdalene, a name etched in history and shrouded in enigma, remains a figure of enduring fascination. Her story, intertwined with that of Jesus of Nazareth, is a tapestry woven with threads of devotion, controversy, and unwavering faith. Hailing from the fishing village of Magdala, Mary Magdalene's early life remains shrouded in mystery. Regardless of her past, Mary Magdalene's life took a dramatic turn when she encountered Jesus. Drawn to his message of love and forgiveness, she became one of his most devoted disciples. In a time when women were often relegated to the shadows, Mary Magdalene stood shoulder to shoulder with Jesus' male disciples. We find her present at pivotal moments in Jesus' ministry, at the foot of the cross, at the empty tomb on that first Easter morning, and as a witness to his resurrection. Her unwavering faith, even in the face of unimaginable sorrow, serves as a testament to the profound impact Jesus had on her life. Her story continues to inspire and intrigue, inviting us to look beyond the surface and discover the truth that lies within. The air hung heavy with the scent of spices and the murmur of countless conversations as Mary Magdalene navigated the bustling marketplace. Merchants hawked their wares, their voices a melodic chorus. She moved with purpose, her shawl pulled tight against curious gazes. The whispers started subtly, carrying her name, Mary Magdalene. Her reputation had preceded her, following her like a shadow. Some whispered of her past, of the demons that had once tormented her. Others spoke of her beauty and fiery spirit. Mary paid little heed to the idle chatter. Her focus remained unwavering, her heart set on Jesus' teachings. She had found solace in his words, a sense of belonging. The marketplace served as a microcosm of the world Jesus sought to transform. Here, amidst the merchants and beggars, the seeds of his message took root. As Mary observed Jesus, she marveled at his ability to connect with each individual. His words had the power to heal and offer hope. With each passing day, Mary's admiration for Jesus deepened. She recognized in him a kindred spirit, someone who embraced her without judgment. Theirs was a bond forged in shared faith, yet Mary couldn't shake the feeling that their journey would be fraught with challenges. The air crackled with anticipation as Jesus entered the crowded courtyard, his presence radiating a palpable energy. Mary Magdalene stood among the throng, her heart pounding with hope. The sick and suffering had gathered, drawn by rumors of miraculous healing. They came seeking solace and restoration. Mary had witnessed countless acts of healing, like the blind regaining their sight, their eyes widening in wonder. She had seen the lame cast aside their crutches, dancing with newfound strength. Jesus' touch banished disease and despair, leaving peace and gratitude. But today, tension hung in the air, a sense of urgency transcending hope. A young woman lay feverish on a pallet, her breaths shallow and labored. Her parents knelt beside her, faces etched with desperation and faith. Mary watched as Jesus approached, his gaze filled with compassion. He reached out a hand, his touch gentle yet deliberate, and whispered words of healing. The crowd held its breath, their gaze fixed on the scene. Then, as if a switch had been flipped, the young woman's eyes fluttered open. Color returned to her cheeks, her breathing steadied. A collective gasp rippled through the courtyard. The young woman sat up, her gaze meeting Jesus's with gratitude. Tears streamed down her parents' faces as they embraced her, their hearts overflowing with joy. Mary felt a surge of pride and gratitude. She had the privilege of witnessing the transformative power of Jesus' love, the boundless compassion that flowed through him like a wellspring of hope. Beyond the bustling marketplaces and the echoes of sermons, another story unfolded. one whispered in hushed tones, hidden from those who sought to control the narrative. This was the story of the Gospel of Mary, a controversial text unearthed from the sands of Egypt. Discovered in the late 19th century, the Gospel of Mary sent shockwaves through biblical scholarship. It painted Mary Magdalene as a trusted confidant, a beloved disciple with a deep understanding of Jesus' teachings. Mary emerges as a pillar of strength, comforting the disciples and receiving secret revelations. The Gospel of Mary challenged the early church's male-dominated hierarchy. Mary, closer to Jesus than any other disciple, threatened the church's foundation. The church fathers dismissed the Gospel of Mary as heretical, undermining her authority. But the seeds of doubt had been sown. The Gospel of Mary offered a glimpse into an alternative narrative where love and equality reigned. The ancient world was a tapestry woven with symbolism, where secrets were embedded in art, architecture, and sacred texts. Scholars noticed recurring motifs in early Christian art, hinting at a deeper connection between Jesus and Mary Magdalene. The Gospel of Philip spoke of Jesus kissing Mary, raising eyebrows among those maintaining Jesus' celibacy. It also referred to Mary as Jesus' companion, hinting at a relationship beyond the spiritual. Early Christian art in Roman catacombs depicted Jesus and Mary with deep intimacy. One motif showed them at a wedding feast, hands intertwined, symbolizing a union. These representations suggested a bond consecrated by both earthly and divine love. As whispers of a hidden love affair between Jesus and Mary Magdalene echoed through the centuries, a parallel narrative emerged, the idea of a secret tradition passed down through generations. This secret tradition, shrouded in mystery, found its voice in various esoteric groups and mystical orders. One such group was the Knights Templar, a medieval order of warrior monks. The Templars, formed during the Crusades, were entrusted with protecting Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. However, rumors swirled that their true mission lay in unearthing ancient relics buried beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Among the treasures the Templars were said to have discovered was the Holy Grail, a legendary artifact often associated with the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper. Section 4. The Blood of the Holy Grail. The notion of Jesus and Mary Magdalene having children has captivated the imaginations of historians, theologians, and conspiracy theorists alike for centuries. This theory, often intertwined with the legend of the Holy Grail, postulates that Mary Magdalene, pregnant with Jesus' child, fled Judea after the crucifixion to escape persecution and found sanctuary in the south of France. There, according to the legend, she gave birth to a child, a lineage that would eventually intertwine with the Merovingian dynasty. This secret society, known as the Priory of Sion, purportedly guarded this secret knowledge for centuries. While mainstream historians and biblical scholars largely dismiss these claims, proponents of the bloodline theory point to a trail of clues embedded in art, literature, and architecture. They point to the proliferation of Black Madonnas in medieval Europe, statues of Mary Magdalene and her child depicted with unusually dark skin. They decipher coded messages in the works of Leonardo da Vinci, interpreting his masterpieces as visual allegories that conceal the true identity of Mary Magdalene and her offspring. They uncover genealogical records, tracing the lineage of European royalty back to the Merovingians. Whether or not one subscribes to the bloodline theory, its enduring appeal lies in its ability to challenge established narratives and offer an alternative interpretation of history. Section 1. The Marriage Question. The very notion of Jesus being married strikes at the heart of centuries-old doctrines and deeply held beliefs. The institutional church has portrayed Jesus as a celibate figure, his divine nature seemingly incompatible with earthly desires and commitments like marriage. This portrayal has shaped the understanding of Jesus' life and teachings for billions across the globe. Yet the question persists: what if Jesus was married? What would that mean for the church, for its teachings, and for the very fabric of Christianity as we know it? Firstly, it challenges the notion of celibacy as a prerequisite for spiritual purity and closeness to God. The Catholic Church has long held celibacy as a sacred vow for its clergy. However, if Jesus embraced the sanctity of marriage, it throws into question the very foundation of this practice. Could a married clergy potentially foster a deeper connection with their congregations and a more relatable interpretation of faith? Secondly, the possibility of Jesus' marriage raises questions about the role of Mary Magdalene. Relegated to the status of a reformed prostitute by some interpretations, the recognition of Mary Magdalene as Jesus' wife would elevate her status to unimaginable heights. This reimagining of Mary Magdalene challenges the patriarchal structures that have dominated the Church for centuries. Section 2. A world turned upside down. The image of Jesus taking a wife challenges not only religious doctrine, but also societal norms that have shaped Western civilization for centuries. The very foundation of patriarchal structures trembles at the prospect of a married Jesus. If Jesus saw fit to share his life and ministry with a woman, it calls into question the very basis upon which male dominance has held sway for millennia. Imagine a world where the early church embraced the model set forth by a married Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Picture a church where women, inspired by the example of Mary Magdalene, rose to positions of leadership. This alternative reality offers a glimpse into a world where gender equality is a lived reality. Furthermore, the concept of a married Jesus has the potential to reshape our understanding of love, intimacy, and the human experience within the context of faith. It presents a Jesus who embraced the fullness of human life, experiencing the joys and challenges of love, companionship, and perhaps even fatherhood. This image of a more relatable Jesus could potentially bridge the perceived gap between the divine and the human. Section 3. The Feminine Divine. The possible marriage of Jesus and Mary Magdalene opens up a Pandora's box of theological questions. Traditional Christianity often relegates the feminine to a secondary role. However, the recognition of Mary Magdalene as Jesus' wife challenges this male-centric view of the divine. Some scholars argue that the suppression of Mary Magdalene's true status was part of a larger effort by the early church to consolidate power. They point to the Gnostic Gospels, which often portray Mary Magdalene as a prominent figure privy to secret teachings. The Gnostic texts often depict God as encompassing both masculine and feminine principles. This duality represents a more complete and balanced understanding of the divine. The re-emergence of the divine feminine, symbolized by Mary Magdalene, has the potential to reshape our understanding of spirituality. It invites us to move beyond rigid, patriarchal interpretations of God and embrace a more inclusive and expansive view of the divine. Section 4. Echoes in the Silence. Despite centuries of official silence, the legacy of Mary Magdalene endures. The very fact that we are still grappling with the questions surrounding her relationship with Jesus speaks volumes about her enduring significance. Whether or not we accept the possibility of their marriage, the exploration of their connection compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about the history of Christianity. The whispers that began in ancient Judea have now transformed into a chorus of voices demanding a re-examination of long-held beliefs. Scholars, theologians, artists, and everyday individuals are drawn to the enigma of Mary Magdalene. They pore over ancient texts, decipher hidden symbols in art, and explore archaeological sites. The quest to uncover the truth about Jesus and Mary Magdalene is not merely an academic pursuit. It is a deeply personal journey for many. It is a search for authenticity, for a faith that honors the fullness of human experience. It is a yearning for a spirituality that embraces both the masculine and feminine aspects of the divine. And as we delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding their relationship, we may find ourselves questioning long-held assumptions and challenging established norms. The desert winds whisper her name, carrying it across the sands of time. Mary, the one they called Magdalene. Her story, once relegated to the shadows, has emerged from the depths of history. Though centuries of misinterpretation and deliberate distortion have attempted to diminish her role, Mary Magdalene stands tall. Her journey alongside Jesus continues to inspire, intrigue, and ignite passionate debate 2 millennia later. Was she merely a devoted follower? Or was theirs a bond that transcended the conventional boundaries of teacher and student? The questions linger, echoing through the corridors of history. The Magdalene legacy is not one of definitive answers, but of profound questions that challenge us to confront our own biases. Her story invites us to embark on a personal journey of discovery. It is a journey that compels us to confront the ways in which history has been written. It is a journey that calls upon us to listen with open hearts and discerning minds. The possibility of a love between Jesus and Mary Magdalene continues to resonate deeply within the human psyche. It speaks to a yearning for a faith that embraces the fullness of human experience. Whether we interpret their connection as a romantic partnership, a spiritual union, or a deep platonic bond, the undeniable truth remains. Mary Magdalene held a place of unique significance in Jesus' life and ministry. She was present at pivotal moments, from the foot of the cross to the empty tomb. She was entrusted with knowledge and insights not shared with others. The very fact that her story has been so fiercely debated speaks volumes about the power she held. The suppression of her story stands as a testament to the fear she instilled in those who recognized the threat she posed. Yet, like a seed buried deep within the earth, her essence endured. The whispers of their love have now become a roar, a chorus of voices demanding recognition. The love that existed between Jesus and Mary Magdalene continues to echo through the centuries, inspiring artists, poets, and seekers of truth. The exploration of Jesus and Mary Magdalene's relationship compels us to move beyond dogma and doctrine, to engage in a more inclusive understanding of faith. It invites us to question religious institutions and challenge patriarchal hierarchies. The Magdalene legacy reminds us that spirituality is a vibrant tapestry, woven from diverse experiences and expressions of faith. It encourages us to approach beliefs with curiosity and an open heart. The story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene is an unfolding mystery to be embraced. It reveals new insights over time, offering profound questions that invite personal journeys of discovery. Their story transcends religious boundaries, speaking to the essence of being human: to love, to lose, to seek, and to find solace.